All right.
Alrighty. Well, folks, we're back once again for another DotP Inhouse. Tonight we are in Lobby 1. This is TJ Sutton along with, of course, the lovely Jen Giraffe. Jen, how you doing?
Hello, hello. I'm doing great. We're going to switch it up a little bit tonight, and we'll be switching roles, so that'll be exciting.
Yeah, so I'm going to get to do some analyzing tonight. But,
Analyzing's the fun part.
yeah, but either way, we're in for a good night of some dotes, and we're excited to get into this one.
Oh god, my favorite hero has been banned.
How unfortunate. Whatever shall we do?
Oh dear. All right, so it looks like we got some the regulars coming in as usual. Direwolf, D's, DotP backwards.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's really hard to read his name in Discord because it's literally backwards, spelled backwards, and it's
Oh.
you just see it and you're like, wait, what? Straw crap? Like, what is this? You know, it's like, but yeah, got that respect ban out for Dire Wolf with the Invoker ban, so that's to be expected. Although I do kind of feel bad for him. He never gets to play Invoker in the in-houses.
Aw, poor guy. I'm sure he'll wreck in pubs anyway with them, so maybe
Yeah.
once a week.
He'll just toss a meatball on someone extra, so to ease his frustrations.
Oh yeah, so who do we have for captaining? We have Voiceless Fade, that's pretty funny, and DotP backwards captaining on the Radiant.
Yeah, so okay, I was about to say they're taking their time with this next ban, but out comes the Silencer. Pretty standard ban that we see a lot of times, just not wanting to fight into that global silence ult. Really, I mean, you can coordinate all you want, but if Silencer ults, you're kind of stuck there for 5, 6, 7 seconds, however long his ult lasts.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we had a running joke going that Silencer is the most boring hero of the game because literally you can't cast any skills, you just get to sit there and right click. So he's official the most boring hero of the game.
I can agree with that. He's yeah, it's nothing worse than like blinking in a Sven and like getting ready to like kill someone and instant silence, and then you're
Right?
like, well, then again, I guess Sven isn't like the best like example because he can like his right clicks are pretty hefty,
Right.
but or I guess you try like blink call his axe and you blink in and silence and
then
like
you're
then you're like stuck there, you
what
know.
do I do now?
Uh-huh.
All right, so we have some early picks coming out. We have the Sand King and Jakiro. A lot of team fight AoE coming out from those two. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, a lot of lockdown. Sand King with his Burrow Strike. Jakiro provides a lot of lockdown, a lot of push with his Liquid Fire. So we'll see. Usually he's played as a 5, so we'll see if he what kind of lineup they're going to draft. They might draft some sort of push lineup that they're hoping to in the game early, preferably like pre 35 minutes is usually the hope with the push lineup because a lot of the heroes that are good at pushing aren't exactly the most late game favorite heroes. So maybe they'll draft some late game scaling heroes just to make sure that they don't entirely lose the late game. But we'll have to just see. Ooh, a Void pick.
Ooh, I haven't seen him in a while. He's great for a team fight for sure. I mean, if you can grab a 3-man chrono, something like that, be pretty good there for a huge team fight.
Yeah, especially with the Shakiro, like you said, you get a 3-man chrono and you just throw down a macro pyre through that, and so they're stuck standing in it for a minimum of like what 5 seconds or something.
Oh yeah.
So like that's so much damage.
Oh yeah, supports go down just to that. So definitely good. I think we have another line here similar to the Sand King, both focusing on some, stuns and lockdown with the Hex and the Earth Spike. So looks like this Dire side is really going for what seems to be a lot of team fight, a lot of lockdown, although Lion to use his finger for specific targets. So
Yeah, if you really want to make sure that that carry goes down, like you can be slowly taking down a spin or whatever, but if you just finger like finish them off, like yeah, like the line gets the kill, but that's fine with me if it means that their big name carry is out of
Oh
the way
yeah.
and we don't have to worry about them anymore. And
Hmm.
just the sheer amount of lockdown, like you're saying, that he can provide, so much disable with the Earth Spike and the Hex. I think at maxed out, it's like 6 seconds of full disable that they like
Right.
can't do anything.
Of a Sven
And
just sitting there, or
exactly, like
hmm
he's hopping around as a frog, but then he gets earth spiked and he's standing there stunned. Like
yeah,
6 seconds in a team fight is like a lot of times that's the whole team fight is like 6 seconds.
definitely.
And so if you can disable their big damage dealer or even finish him off, like you know I love playing Lion. He's super
Yeah.
fun to play.
He's a really versatile support. Like he provides a lot in lane and in team fights. So I think he's a great pick here. Even along with the Sand King in lane, with his caustic finale. So these two seem to be really good starting picks here for the Dire.
Mm-hmm. Seeing a lot of mid laners getting banned too. So Quap and OD, two fairly dominant mid
Mid
laners.
laners. Hmm.
OD likes to kind of trade farm, but he also likes to walk up and bully you with some right clicks or even just astral imprison you and then
Exactly.
take the wave. Whereas Quap wants to continually harass with her daggers, and then like blink up and get up in your face and deal lots of burst damage. So
Yeah.
pretty annoying people, pretty annoying mid laners to play against. And we actually have a Witch Doctor ban come out, even though the Gabe Gonzo's not in here.
We
Maybe that's
gotta
just maybe
mention the
that
game.
yeah, maybe it was just a tip of the hat or like a nod to Gabe,
His
as he's not.
casting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's casting tonight, so he's not actually playing in this first game at least.
What
So,
is this hero? I didn't even know he
oh my
still
gosh,
existed.
this team fight is ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to say maybe it was D's or Tulakard, like one of these guys. I feel like I remember someone saying, like calling in on a Q&A
Mhm.
and asking about Elder Titan, and especially because he's gotten that new Immortal from the Treasure that just
Right.
came out. I'm sure someone's eager to play him, but this will be really interesting. And he synergizes very well with this Jakiro and
Even the
Void.
void. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so much damage is going to be coming out. As long as the coordination goes correctly, and they,
Right.
he catches multiple people in a chrono, like it should be a very deadly thing every time chrono is off cooldown.
How is that happening already? But yeah,
I
no,
don't even
I
know. Like, how are they
how
doing that?
no, yeah, but along with going back to that Elder Titan real quick, I mean, I think the biggest thing here for the rating is going to be execution, and once they get it down, it'll be a crazy combo. So,
Oh yeah, see the big wombo combo.
oh yeah, I'll be looking forward to that one, and I hope some immortals are here, especially for that Elder Titan. I'd like to see that.
And Avenge,
Ooh,
which this this is not for sure whether this is a core or support because your Sand King can offlane or he
or he
can
could be.
roam. So you kind of don't know. My opinion on the carry Avenge. I'm not really a fan of it, but
No, yeah,
I mean, if you can run it and make it work, props to you.
right.
But I hope they don't base their entire team on this at least.
Oh yeah, same. Yeah, I'm hoping if I were the one on this draft, I'd put the Venge as the support and have the Sand King off lane. Um, I don't know, just I feel like Sand King can get a little bit beefier, a little bit quicker than a Venge can.
Hmm
At least for this lineup especially. So Venge is a little squishy in the very beginning. Although she does have some great team fight happening with her swap, pulling out a Void or pulling out the Elder Titan before he can get his skills off. So that
hmm
would be a good counter right
Or
there.
yeah, or even swapping whatever. Like if they draft like a Sven or something, like if one of them gets caught in a chronosphere, just swapping them out of that, just
Right.
so that your carry isn't taken care of in the chrono.
Yeah.
I would gladly sacrifice Avenge for my Sven or whoever it might
Oh,
be.
absolutely. That's the whole point of having
Well, it's
a
not going to be Sven, so
Yeah, so Sven's definitely going to be a great addition to this lineup. I mean, he's going to be basically the cleanup, I think. He has a stun coming out where it'll be a little bit of AoE if they're all grouped up, and it'll be a great place for the Void to kind of catch them out. and again for that wombo combo to happen.
Mm-hmm. And okay, so this
Oof.
nice Medusa. Although one thing about this Radiant team is, based upon what it's looking like, so unless what they're trying to do, they could be doing one of two things. This could be an offlane Void,
Mhm.
which, in my opinion, isn't very good anymore. Like, he used to be one of the star offlaners,
Right.
pre 7.0, but ever since 7.0, he hasn't just, like, he's really fallen off as an offlaner. He just can't survive. I mean, he can time walk off the damage,
Mhm.
but with the recent shrine change where it doesn't activate until 5 minutes,
Uh-huh.
excuse me,
Yeah.
5 minutes into the game, I'm not confident in his offlane abilities. Or what they could be doing is they could be doing what VP did in the summit and running a support Sven.
Oh,
But I don't think they're doing that as they already have a Jakiro and Elder Titan.
that's true.
My feeling is this is a safe lane Sven and an off lane Void. Um, but I
Yeah.
guess you never know. Like, I mean, they drafted an Elder Titan. Like, what do we know?
I know.
So,
Maybe they have something up their sleeve, and it might just be a comfort pick for one of these players. So, you never know. Sometimes old habits die hard, and if you're just really good at a hero, you can win him anywhere. So,
I'm really excited to watch this Elder Titan. I don't see Elder Titan very often at all, so
oh
I'm
yeah,
I'm pretty pumped to see this.
yeah, and I think if I remember correctly, his one of his talents on his talent tree, he gets like an extra like crazy amount of damage for his astral when he walks through heroes. So
hmm
it's basically like a divine.
I want to say it's like plus 50 damage to your astral or whatever.
Yeah, for every
Um,
hero you walk through or something like that.
and then wow, a Drow Ranger coming out.
Whew, it's gonna be a
Man,
great aura for the Medusa.
yeah. And well, yeah, and
Or
for
all of
Venge
them.
and for Lion, the only
Yeah.
person that does not benefit is the Sand King, but I don't think he really cares.
Yeah. He just needs to
That,
prepare his epi and
mm-hmm.
yeah. I
And then a
expected the
Shadow
Shadow Fiend.
Fiend.
Yeah. I expected him coming out. I know Direwolf played him really well the last couple of times that we've watched him. So I think again maybe it's a comfort pick, but he's a really strong mid laner as well. Being up against the Dusa, we'll see how this matchup goes.
Yeah, and now that I look at it, this Drow versus Void in the off lane, um, or safe lane, off lane, relative based upon what team you're on.
Right.
Um, it's an okay lineup because Drow can harass with the frost arrows and just like harass them from afar,
Hmm.
but she kind of struggles laning wise. So Faceless Void can hop off to an early start and really abuse the Drow's weakness in lane.
Right.
He can get up in her face, bash, possibly stun lock her with some bashes.
Oh yeah. And
So
she's
that'll
really
definitely be
squishy.
something. Yeah, she's especially in the early laning phase. Like, so we'll have to keep an eye on that lane and see how that goes.
Oh, we got everyone with their battle passes, so that's pretty exciting.
For some reason, it's not like showing it leveling up. That's weird.
Yeah, no, I had that too that happening to me before, and I also had the like heroes not loading on the that log or that hero whatever I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
the hero page or the show card thing.
Yeah, the versus thing.
Mm-hmm. So you want to introduce the Radiant for us?
Absolutely, I would love to. So here on the Radiant, we have D's on the Void. It looks like he'll be going top lane. Over here, we have a Direwolf on the Shadow Fiend. Of course, he'll be our mid. DotP backwards on the Elder Titan, and he does have the Immortal, so I'm really excited to see that one. We have King of the Norms on the Sven, and Tulak Ard on the Jakiro. And
Very
last, yeah.
nice. Huh?
No. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Over here on the diary, we have Top Gun on Betamax on the Sand King. We have Schwank on the Vengeful Spirit. Sir Ulrich von Liechtenstein on the Lion. Voiceless Fade on the Dusa. And SA51 on the Drow. And it looks like these people are starting, like, we got a Smoke King coming out.
Yeah, we got our early smoke coming up from the Radiant. It's a 4-man smoke. They might be looking to contest this bounty rune here, or they're heading more towards lane, a wraparound. Looks like they're going to be wrapping around to find the Sven, but there are pings coming out. Oh, this stun comes out from the Venge and another stun from the Sand King. Looks like this Sven will go down here. They just have so much lockdown. I mean, 3 stuns coming out from those 4, so...
Yeah, it was very deadly. Good on the Dire side to recognize the amount of potential that they had for that early presence and just kind of bullied the Sven and ended up getting a kill with it. And now secured 3 runes. And your Lion, who would greatly benefit from an early rune, was able to grab one.
Yeah, no, I agree. It was definitely a really good rotation coming up from them. All of them having level 1 stuns to already lock down. So that Sven was in for a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, looking up some lane matchups. We do have the Dro going up against the Void here. Looks like it'll be a solo Void. There is Schwank here. It looks like he's looking to wrap around this faceless Void. There is no vision for him, and this Venge will surprise him from behind and throw little right clicks at him, but I don't see his teammates following up. Looks like they're just going to sit here and fight it out man to man, and he will time walk, but Venge looks to be trying to back out. She probably will lose this fist fight if they do continue.
Yeah, just really trying to provide some harass, and yeah, he time walked off some of the damage, but he also used mana, and he doesn't have a very high mana region, 0.7, so he's going to feel that later, and possibly could have used that at a later time to save his life, but he may not have mana when it comes to that time.
Yeah, it looks like they're really trying to focus on getting this Void harassed. They are under the tower. The Void time walks off, and the Venge is a little low, but she does successfully push him back a bit.
Yeah, I mean, he does hit really hard, 67 damage, like level 1. Or actually, no, he's level 2, but still, now that he has a second point, second level, he has that extra point that point in time lock, so it's going to be a little bit more deadly to fight him face to face now, as you could end up in a stun lock.
Yeah. Meanwhile, here in mid lane, it looks like the Shadow Fiend was putting quite a bit of pressure on the mid tower for the Medusa, but they finally hit back to equilibrium. So for the most part, as far as last hits and denies, Shadow Fiend is up a little bit on the Dusa.
Just because of his wave clear potential with Raze.
Oh, definitely. A stun coming up from Lion. Deez does time walk off the damage, and he will back out of this engagement, but he is definitely feeling the harass coming up from this top lane.
Yeah, and I like that he did. He brought 2 sets of tangos to lane, so he knew he was going to be getting harassed, but brought a way to deal with it, and seems to be doing pretty well so far, it looks like.
Yeah, I agree. Meanwhile, down bottom, we have a stun coming out on the Elder Titan, and the Astral successfully hits the sleep. The stun coming out, and Top Gun really low, and the Jakiro will end up finishing off Top Gun in the sandstorm.
Yeah, I mean they didn't have any sort of detection, but who needs detection when you can just throw out a fire breath that's AOE, you know? So good heads up from him. Finish off the same
there as well. Oh, stuns coming after stuns. The Venge and the Sven just trading off stuns, and we have another sleep coming up from the Elder Titan. But it looks like the Dire will walk away from this one.
He just hits so hard. Like,
he does.
What's that, 93 right now with the spirit damage? Oh, yeah, he's just so much.
And I wonder if it's also that the Dire are not completely familiar with the Elder Titan. Like, they see the Astral coming out, and, I mean, it is channeling, so you can't see the stun, but maybe it's just because half of him is in the trees.
Just kind of like an unfamiliarity type thing. Like, you're not used to playing against it, so...
Oh, we have a Venge with a haste rune, and she's heading towards mid. Her eyes are on the Direwolf. Direwolf heading back towards her, but the pings are coming out. He did see her.
Yeah, she smoked up, but unfortunately he popped it and saw her.
Yeah, and there is a vision there for the Dire as well, so I mean for the Radiant as well. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I feel like it's been really common lately to see the rotating supports with the tri-lane against the solo off-lane.
Yeah. And looks like Elder Titan has rotated mid, maybe to harass this Medusa.
Oh yeah, this Elder Titan does throw out his Astral, but looks like Dedusa did see that one coming, and she does walk off and is able to dodge that sleep.
Yeah, looks. I was about to say bot lane. Looks like they're about to go on Sven, but Chikiro came back, able to harass him back.
Yeah, it's a great positioning there for the Jakiro to be there to protect his carry. Oh, we have another Astral looking towards to walk towards Medusa. He does get a bit of damage walking through her.
Yeah, how much did he take there? Oh yeah, he's hitting real hard now.
Oh, D is getting harassed up here, but time walking off the damage. I mean, he is feeling it, like you said earlier, with the mana. It is just so frustrating to deal with a Dro. As soon as she gets her level 6, she'll be hitting really hard.
Yeah, what's she at? Yeah, it's level 4, almost level 5. So yeah, she's doing a pretty good job of keeping him back.
Down here on the bottom, Sand King seemed to move a little bit too far, but it looks like he was just trying to give some vision for his team. The Astral, again, will try to follow him out and try to land asleep, but he does cancel it. The supports safely back up.
Yeah, these supports are doing a really good job of rotating around and causing some pressure in each of these lanes. Looks like Direwolf's gonna. He's all schwank. Pick up that Invis rune. He's gonna head back to lane.
Oh, yeah.
Got to be careful now. So he's definitely letting his teammates know that there's an Invis Venge out there somewhere. But looks like they might try to take a gank here now.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to wrap around. This Sven is all by himself for the moment, and this Venge is Invis. They are coming up behind the trees to come up behind him, and the stun will come out from the Sand King, and another stun from the Venge. Sven will throw out his Stormhammer, and he'll try to back up, and the Jakiro does TP in, and again, protects that carry. So great babysitting coming out from the Jakiro.
Yeah, that's always what you like to see, like those instant TPs in when you're getting gone on. Especially on the mid lane, like when you need help. I know in some of my pubs, I'll ask for like a TP in, and everyone's like, "Oh, well, I don't have a TP."
Ooh, a successful sleep coming out on the Deuce on the mid lane. The Elder Titan does TP in to try to push back this Deusa. In the meantime, they will stand head to head while Shadow Fiend is not in lane, but she does end up killing off the Elder Titan.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate for him. She has Mystic Snake maxed, and it hit him last, so just the maximum amount of damage. It does so much. What is it? 200 plus damage increase per jump, 35%, and it hit like at least six. It hit six. Yeah. So just so much damage came out from that. Yeah, no surprise he went down.
Yeah, and he was, of course, building him as a support. So there's a ping coming out. It looks like this Venge is rotating in, and the Elder Titan will catch her out. The Astral will chase a bit, but they will just end up walking away from each other.
Yeah. I feel like I'd like to see, like, he Backwards is doing a good job of roaming around trying to support his lanes. How much does it cost us? It's 100 to cast it. But I didn't know if he got mana back after. No, okay, he doesn't get mana back when it comes back. Yeah. I feel like he's spamming it a little bit too.
A little too often.
Yeah, a little bit too often. So he's kind of running into mana issues and having to keep on buying clarities, which I mean they're pretty cheap, but still.
I can understand why he would be doing that. To catch a successful sleep would almost guarantee a kill if he is solo by himself, especially if the Astral does walk through the hero first. But yeah, it's he's doing a good job of being around.
Yeah.
Let's see on the last hit chart. We have the Deuce and Direwolf not too far apart, only about 7 CS difference. Meanwhile, this Void is suffering quite a bit with only 14 by himself up here on the top lane.
Yeah, he is kind of a little bit behind. He is a little bit behind on farm, but he's doing all right on levels. He is level 6, so he's. I would like to see them kind of group up for a gank somewhere. Either him rotate to a lane, or preferably you bring a couple heroes up to him and gank this Dro, so that way she doesn't get too far out of control.
Oh yeah. Speaking of gank, it looks like we have a 2-man smoke rotation going up into the Dire jungle. they are pinging out the jungle, and it looks like they will spot out the Lion. The Astral comes out, and the sleep is successful. He is there for quite a bit, and another Ice Path coming out to stun up this Lion. A stun coming out from the Lion as well to try to derail these heroes who are chasing him down. He will get under his tower, and it looks like these guys might back up, and the Dro is there to catch them with the silence. Dusa is here as well with her split shot, and it looks like Tolric Ard will go down here to the Dusa with her split shot. She does quite a bit of damage right now in this game, and the chase might be coming out here. Voiceless Fade did chase down the Elder Titan, and again, she is successful.
Yeah, she's coming in and doing a massive amounts of damage. Already has the Yasha, and so sitting on almost 200 damage already. She's having a great start, and that double kill for sure helps her out. She just finished her wand, so there's some extra stats. Anything that gives you stats, you really want on Adusa. So she's probably going to be grabbing a Manta after this to help her farm and push.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was a great rotation coming up. There was a good communication coming out from the Dire side.
I think Jakiro and Backwards got a little feisty and kind of chased a little bit too far, but I mean, it's understandable. Like, you see the Lion, he's really low, but it was good on Voiceless Fade to TP and rotate in for that team fight. Usually you don't see Medusas rotate in for team fights early on because she just wants to farm, but if she can ensure herself a double kill or something similar, then it's pretty beneficial for her to do that early.
Oh yeah. It looks like the the Medusa will end up taking this middle tower. So, again, a little bit of a lead here coming out from the Dire.
Looks like Sir Ulrich moving up here for a gank, possibly.
Yeah, looks like the Dire is rotating up top. They might be looking to catch out D's, but I don't know if they realize that, oh yeah, they are pinging him out. Voiceless Fade is here, and Backwards does get caught out. He goes down to Sir Ulrich.
Nice, and he just got level 6, so now he has that extra burst damage potential with the finger.
Yeah, it's just, it seems like it's been stun after stun coming out from, all of the supports here on the Dire. Great lockdown, like you said earlier when we were talking about the draft.
Yeah, and pretty much like I'd say this early game success is due to the rotation of Voiceless.
Oh. Ooh. A Chrono canceling out the sleep, and it looks like the Chrono will catch out the Dro, and she does go down here. They're chasing down Voiceless Fade. She does throw out her ultimate to try to derail them from chasing her. The Sven will get stunned up by this ultimate, and this Lion now is here to try to protect her. The sleep barely misses as they try to back up and try to disengage here. Another stun coming out from Sir Ulrich, and again, the Epicenter now trying to see if they could turn on them, and they're taking so much damage. Sir Tolric Ard goes down here, and so does Sven. Just they were able to turn with the buddies were hiding there up in the jungle.
Yeah, the Voiceless able to back out. Good use of her ult to keep the Sven from doing too much damage.
Oh, and again, another stun coming out here on the Direwolf, and he will go down to the other stun. I think it was Betamax first, and then it was Lion who was able to take him down.
Yeah.
They look so similar, the two of them.
I think my voice just cracked. That was super embarrassing. Anyway, guys, team fight, right? Yeah, good.
Yeah. Again, it's just the Earth Spike and the Burrow Strike doing a lot here, locking down these heroes, the Direwolf getting caught out there.
Yeah. I feel like they chased the Medusa a bit much, especially after she used her ult. Kept them in place. They had plenty of stuns and slows to try to keep her from getting back, but that shield doing so much by soaking up a lot of damage for her. And then by the time that she got back, her supports were in place to turn her and help. First that line with that stun, and then then Betamax coming in with that huge epicenter doing a bunch of the damage, and then all she had to do was throw out a Mystic Snake and split shot and a triple kill for her.
Yeah. No, yeah, it was a great team fight for her, and they were hiding up in the trees, so it seemed like the Radiant didn't even really see them up there waiting for them. SA51 does successfully take down the Radiant bottom towers, so as far as objectives go, the Dire are doing a great job of focusing on taking down these buildings.
Yeah, I think despite Medusa being a late game hero,
Ice Path barely missing. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you're fine. The action's more important. Despite her being a late game hero, with this drought aura, it's kind of like as if she's 10 minutes later in the game. So for her, she's kind of like at 25 minutes right now.
Right.
With the amount of damage that she's outputting. And so like they're able to push the towers a lot earlier.
Oh, D's escaping the first stun, but then getting stunned up by the second one, and now he's hexed, and there are 3 supports, all with lockdown. They're trying to get him down. Another time walk out, and he might be able to catch out of this. A Caustic Finale slowing him a bit, and a Sorrel Ulrich blink in with his stun, and he will be under the tower, but another time walk. So he is able to get away. That time walk making him so slippery.
Yeah, I think they stacked their stuns a little bit in that engagement, which... of course, you don't want to give him time to time walk away, but I think if they would have maybe spread their stuns a little bit further apart, they may have been able to get him. Also, Ulrich doesn't quite have his mana boots yet.
Right.
So
a chrono committed here for the Dusa. The Direwolf and the D is really working hard, but Dusa is so tanky, and she throws out her ultimate to see if she can keep them from chasing, and Tulrik Ard will do his best to try to Ice Path her, but she is already out of range.
Yeah, once again, that mana shield just soaking up so much damage for her, and just adding to that frontline tankiness that she can provide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she is so tanky, and it's so hard to take her down. Even with the chrono committed, they still weren't able to take her down with 3 heroes surrounding her.
Mm-hmm. And she's already lining up for the Scotty. I think I'd prefer to see her finish a Manta first, just so that she can either farm camps or push lanes without actually having to be there. But I understand why she wants that extra locked in, the slow on it.
Right.
But hopefully it won't cost her going an early Scotty.
Oh yeah, I agree. And looks like both teams are looking to contest this mid lane here. They're both grouping up towards the tower, and pings coming out from all around. Looks like the Dire are really positioning themselves to wrap around. A stun comes up on Tulrik Ard, and a swap committed. Erlich is there with the stun, and it does take down the Jakiro. Meanwhile, there's 3 heroes going on this tower here, and Sir Ulrich throws out the finger. Does do a bit of damage, but looks like backwards will walk away and pop the shrine.
Yeah, unfortunately, he just had a little bit too much health for that.
Oh, the sleep being channeled, but they were able to catch that sprite and back out of it. They were able to dodge that one out.
Yeah, Dire's just really taking advantage of this power spike that they have right now and using it to their advantage to push down these objectives. Very objective-oriented. They're not getting caught up in trying to chase down kills, which they might end up finding here in the top lane.
Oh, they will. They did try to go on the Sven, but the Sven did catch them coming towards them. So it looks like they're going to try to disengage here, all backing out. Ping's coming out from the Radiant side, but the Dire looks to already be way backed out.
Yeah. Top Gun a little low, but he does have his blink. I think both their supports have blinks already, yeah. Or their offlaner and their one of their supports already have blinks. So
yeah, great early farm coming out from these two, and SA51 doing so much damage on that. The Chrono committed here, catching out too, both the Dusa and the Dro in there. Dro being so squishy, they're actually gonna go on her, and she goes down here. Dusa puts out her ultimate, and she does catch out a couple. I ended up lagging quite a bit, so now I'm watching them treadmill.
Cut out there. I didn't hear you.
Yeah, no, I got disconnected, so I'm actually watching them treadmill right now.
Oh, okay. Voiceless Fade got a double kill as well as Sven. Huge ultimate by Direwolf to take a lot of these heroes down to low health, and then King of the Norms coming in to finish them off. And Sir Ulrich actually had his kill streak ended by King of the Norms. Unfortunately, it looked like SA was trying to get away and ended up getting swapped back into range of a spell and went down by accident. Just a little bit of miscommunication, nothing too major. So,
and we're back. Looks like the Dusa ult was the one that made me treadmill. A stun coming out here to catch out the Jakiro in the Sandstorm. Elder Titan trying to put out his sleep, but does barely miss them. The Split Earth coming out, and they will line up on Top Gun and the Lion. Meanwhile, SA51 trying to push out some damage to send them away, and it looks like these heroes will disengage.
Yeah, that Lion almost died there.
Almost.
Yeah. I wonder if he's saving up for boots or what, because he's still on brown boots.
Yeah, he does have 900, so I mean, technically he could afford at least to start building it, so... Not sure what, maybe he's saving up for something more.
Yeah. And a lot of times you see Lions go Tranquil Boots.
Okay.
Just for the region, because he already has the built-in mana drain, but at the same time, for being a support and a int hero, he has a fairly small mana pool. I mean, he's level 9 and his mana pool is only 570, and his ult is 200 mana.
Yeah, definitely.
At level 1. So he definitely needs like I used to go Tranquil Boots, but recently I've been buying more mana boots on him, just so that it expands, like it adds more to that mana pool for you, and you don't have to quite worry as much about ulting and then not being able to hex somebody.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, that was it's a good build. I haven't played him very often, so.
Oh, he's so fun being able to blink in and like just keep someone locked down. I thoroughly enjoy playing him.
He's really fun to watch. Like I said, seeing your big carry jumping around like a frog. Meanwhile, it does look like the Sven will see the Sand King and the Venge, and they do end up blinking out, but the Sandstorm and the stun catching him out. Another stun coming out from the Venge, and she does have a double damage, a swap to push him back, and now the Deuce is here, and the Chrono has been committed. It looks like Schwenk will go down to the Direwolf, and a Split Earth coming out. Sven being so low, and the ultimate is committed here from Medusa, and now another ultimate coming out from the Direwolf, and Silverguard will bring down Sir Ulrich. The big carry going down on the Radiant side, and the chase looks like they are still going to see if they can find anyone, especially the Dusa, but they aren't able to scout them out, and they do disengage.
Yeah, meanwhile, SA pushing in this top lane, doing some damage to the tier 3. So good job for him, just recognizing that most of the Radiant heroes are in the bot lane, and he has a free lane to push, and actually ends up bringing, like, they could have chased, I think, if they wanted to, but actually ended up bringing like 2 or 3 heroes back to defend.
Yeah, it looks like they did notice the SA there, and they wouldn't want them going high ground prematurely.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to lose a tier 3 tower at 22 minutes in, so got to defend that high ground.
I did see earlier that they were picking out the Roche, but it doesn't look like either team are going for that right now. The Shadow Bleed did get completed on the Direwolf just now, so we probably seeing him use that within the upcoming team fights.
Voiceless did finish off of Scotty.
Yeah, and she also has her, I'm sure she's had it for a while, but the Maelstrom as well, good for wave clearing to see if they can take down more objectives.
Yeah, she's going to be doing so much damage. She's at pretty much 220 damage right now.
Oh yeah, and SA has his Dragonlance and Yasha as well, so he'll probably be looking to move on to his next item. They're picking out is it the wards, or maybe they're looking for someone here in the jungle? But there is vision here on the Radiant side, and they are heading down to this bottom lane. They probably did see the Dusa walking down here, and the scan does come out from the Dire side. A smoke comes out, so I think they might have caught that.
Yeah, Dusa should be backing up. They know that they're there.
Yeah, and they are wrapping around her, and the Venge does end up breaking the smoke, is what it looks like. The Shadow Blade and the Sleep committed, and now the ultimate coming out from the Direwolf will take down Schwenk. They are looking now on this Medusa, but she does commit her ultimate to prevent them from chasing. The Direwolf still coming up behind her, but it looks like she will get away. They're now turning on Betamax, and he is so low, and the Sleep barely missing him as he tries to disengage back towards his tower. SA did end up taking down the Sven, though, from what it looks like on the kill feed.
Yeah, he couldn't escape from the I think he got stunned up by either Betamax or someone, and then Essay was just there unloading frost arrows on him, and then he couldn't get away.
Yeah, once she gets her sights on you, Dro, she just throws out so much damage, and you're so slow because of the frost arrows. Looks like these teams now are looking to re-engage. The stun coming out for the Elder Titan, but Betamax is low. There is a swap coming out. The Elder Titan gets pushed back, and again, Voiceless Fate just throwing out so much damage to bring down backwards.
Yeah, wow. Just,
like
yeah.
A couple hits.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm assuming she's going to finish her Manta now. At least I hope so. That or a Maelstrom, or a Mjolnir. Not Maelstrom, she already has him.
Deez looks like to be working on his Yasha and Manta as well. He has set up in his quick buy.
Yeah.
Working towards his Guardian Greaves.
Deucid just doesn't even really care about this tower, just trying to tank it, push it back.
Oh man, we have the Elder Titan who's putting out his sleep. They do catch her both in the Ice Path, but she is just so tanky with that on. The dual breath, and it looks like Deez will hardly miss her in the Chrono, but she is stunned up. She throws out the ultimate, and these guys are really trying to get away from her. A Split Earth coming out to line them up to stun, but these guys are just looking to disengage. The Void goes down here, and there's so much damage again. Backwards bringing out another stun, and Direwolf goes down to SA, along with Schwenk bringing down Deez.
Yeah.
Oh, and then another Ice Path trying to prevent the Dire from taking that tower, but they do take it down. And Voiceless Fate is now godlike, taking down Tulregarda, who overstayed his welcome. His buddies already backing out towards their base.
Yeah, really, the key part of that engagement was SA caught 3 heroes in a gust and kept the Shadow Fiend was invis and wanted to ult right there in the middle of everyone, and probably would have taken out both supports right then, but got silenced up and couldn't ult, and just allowed Voiceless Fate to just split shot 3 heroes and just do so much damage.
Yeah. The Dire are successful in taking down this tower, and Voiceless Fate just easily taking down the melee racks here on the bottom. Looks like they are starting to back out. The Sleep does try to catch out Medusa, but she slithers away.
Just slithering away.
Slithering away with her. At least she's got her mana shield on. I'm so happy about that.
I would assume that if she went to Hogwarts, she would be in the Slytherin house. I'm sorry, I will show myself out now.
Oh.
Rightly so.
Yeah. SA does end up picking up a DD rune. Let's see if they plan to do anything with this one. They are rotating mid, so they might be looking to push out this lane.
Yeah, I mean, looks like they're probably going to try to high ground or maybe even set up, like you said, Roche.
Yeah, looks like they might be moving in that way. The vision just came out from them, so the pings are coming out though from the Radiant side. They know that they're Roshing. They're looking to contest. They're starting to go around this Roche pit, but I'm not sure if Dot Backwards does send out his Sleep, and the Chrono does connect with 2. He is going to go on with the Split Earth, and they are going to try to go on the SA-51, but the ultimate comes out from the Dusa, and it's just stun a couple up. Direwolf going down to SA, and Deez going down to Faceless Void. I mean, he is beyond godlike at this point. Looks like the engagement is still going, and Sven goes down as well to the Voiceless Fade, just doing so much damage with the split shot and all the stuns coming out. Yeah,
that, like, I have to give props to Radiant. Like, that was perfect execution. Like, the stun coming out and Void immediately coming in and chronoing, like, that was, and Direwolf getting off that huge ult, almost taking SA down.
Oh yeah.
But I just unfortunately couldn't bring down Fade or SA. Like SA probably yeah, Direwolf just needed to right click her one more time, but I think he got stunned up by Betamax or somebody.
Yeah.
But
Sleep, but looks like they're just trying to prevent them from going high ground.
Yeah, great execution, but unfortunately just couldn't get the 1 or 2 heroes down that they needed to.
Yeah, I agree. And we were talking about Wombo combo during the draft, and they did successfully throw that combo out. I mean, even the Split Earth, whilst everyone was in the Chrono, but still was not enough damage to bring anyone down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sven trying to get this BKB online so he doesn't have to worry about all these stuns. And I think, yeah, both Shadow Fiend and Sven trying to work on those BKBs. Yeah, the stuns are really what's been keeping this team back. So
Yeah, there's just so many coming out from, the Venge, the Lion, and even the Sand King, just literally stun after stun. Sometimes Darwolf just gets stuck standing there taking all the damage from the Drow and the Dusa.
and it's probably a good thing Ursi and Proud aren't here to cast because Voice. I'm looking at Fade, and he did take the 15% evasion talent, and he's also working on a butterfly. So there's another source of evasion. Their favorite Dota 2 mechanic.
Oh, yeah. Jeez, the Direwolf barely getting a tap from the snake, but he loses so much HP.
Yeah, it just does so much damage.
Let's see where we at items. We have Avenge actually purchasing a tome. Maybe she's looking to level up a little bit. Now BKB being queued up for the Dusa, and Sven gets caught out in the jungle with 3 stuns on him. He is just he's a dead Sven.
Yeah, and at the last second for extra insurance that he couldn't turn on them, Betamax actually used a halberd to disarm him. So good pickup by Betamax to keep the Sven or the Shadow Fiend. Or, I mean, really, like, yeah, Shadow Fiend, I almost said Voiceless Fade, Faceless Void, or Sven are 3 great targets, so...
Geez, and these range racks basically go down super easily. The sleep is catching out the Deuce at the very end, but I don't think they're going to go on her. She does try to turn around, but she ends up just taking the Observer Ward, and she's just like, I don't care. I'm going to come at you anyway. Oh, swap coming out, and it looks like Voiceless Fade will bring down the Elder Titan. The Macro Pyre there to burn, but everyone just seems to back out this time. Looks like there is a lone Radiant. Deez is by himself out here. He has an Invis rune, maybe to give some vision and catch out a really good Chrono. Oh, but they do catch him out and they stun him up, and he does end up going down here to Sir Ulrich. So many stuns again once that Observer Ward was popped. That was unfortunate.
Yeah, bringing vision with him, great job.
Yeah, Sleep coming out, catching out the Dro, and again a split Earth with this Wombo combo, but literally no one is going down here. It's actually the Sven who gets taken down by Essa, and Voiceless Fade taking down the Elder Titan. I mean, they're landing their combos really well, and a swap comes out, and again, Tulrik Ard going down. I think this is GG here.
Yeah, they call the GG. Just now popped the Aegis of SA.
Oh, man.
Unfortunately, they just got duped into a Drow strat. Yeah. Nothing you can do about it, honestly. So, but they didn't give up early. They kept trying. And like I said, they landed a really good wombo combo there at the Roche pit, but just was unable to bring down 1 or 2 people. And this Dire team was able to turn around and turn on them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you said, I think it might have been, both had really good drafts, but even landing all of those, it still wasn't enough.
Yeah, the Voiceless Fade started taking a decent lead on the mid lane there, and then with the Drow Aura was able to just take over. Actually, didn't even die. Went 20-0, 23,000 net worth. So Voiceless Fade had a great game.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, TJ, for casting with me.
Of course, anytime.
We'll be getting ready now for the second lobby, so we'll be back shortly.
Thanks for joining us, folks.